Hey guys, it's the Insane Machine Cody Hawkins, and you're watching WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm WWE Bujo, and this is going to be my Super Smackdown review for the week of December 18th, 2012. Now, the key thing to note that this was a commercial-free Super Smackdown. It's basically, it's a whole 2-hour show. Now, does the fact that the entire show is commercial-free help or hurt? I will give you the answer to that after the full review. We open up Super Smackdown with Miz TV bringing out Dolph Ziggler, AJ Lee, and Big E Langston trying to get some answers as to what happened on last night's Monday Night Raw. It turns out, we were thinking, is AJ face or heel, and it turns out AJ psycho. Apparently she was, still under, she was under the delusion that, that she really was in love with John Cena, and basically, in her eyes, Cena turned her down and broke her heart, so she helped Dolph Ziggler break him. And Big E Langston is a friend of AJ who doesn't take too kindly to people like Miz calling AJ crazy. And at that point, Big E Langston attacks Miz and then administers that maneuver, that power slam drop maneuver that he did to John Cena. I thought this was an interesting way to open up Super Smackdown, but getting a little bit of an insight as to what's going on with the whole thing with AJ, Big E Langston being there. Now, key thing to note here, and this is what I found out from the Stealthy Man Ashley, and Big E Langston was slated to be the new NXT champion. But here's the thing. The way WWE is presenting him right now is as a heel, when on NXT, he's being presented as a face. I really don't understand the motive and the move. But anyway, other than that, I thought it was a very nice way to open up Super Smackdown, 4 out of 5. We immediately go to a match now with, excuse me, no, of course, not immediately. Finally, they had to have some like WWE ads and whatnot, but, excuse me, as I open up a Coke Zero at the time of this recording, we get Damien Sandow and Sin Cara as the opening match on Super Smackdown. Kind of relating to what I was talking about on my Monday Night Raw review, when we were thinking that, they're going to be starting up a feud now between Team Rhodes Scholars and Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio. Now, Sin Cara's making his entrance. We hear Rey Mysterio's music, and there's no Rey Mysterio. And it's not like Rey Mysterio to do a no-show. So, the matchup goes on, and then, for some inane reason, the Shield comes out. They come out, and they had Rey Mysterio's mask. There we get the sudden realization that Rey Mysterio had been attacked. Damien Sandow hits the Terminus neckbreaker. Sandow gets the win, and then the Shield proceed to beat down Sin Cara to the point where they were holding out his leg. Seth Rollins goes on the top rope and knee drops Sin Cara right in the middle of his leg, right on that knee. Then we get backstage reports saying that Rey Mysterio has suffered a severe neck injury. So, 4 out of 5 on the opening match. It would have been a 4.5 out of 5, but I really didn't see the point of using the Shield in this. Next thing you know, the next matchup we had is Santino Marella and Tensai. This based off of the fact that Santino kind of made fun of Tensai last night at the Slammies when they presented the LOL moment of the year. Especially when Tensai had a Shockmaster moment. Now, I don't know if JBL cruises YouTube channels and listens to what people have to say, but then again, it could be just JBL being JBL. But, I think he kind of caught on to what I was saying on my Monday Night Raw review. about Tensai's, kind of resembling Shockmaster, falling down, coming out of the curtain. People think it was a curtain and not a wall, like the Shockmaster had to go through. The finish of this match, I call Meatballs on. I even said that on my Facebook page. I call Meatballs on because Tensai was going for his senton backsplash, misses, and then Santino Marella rolls him up and gets the 1-2-3. So from now on, every time Tensai misses a backsplash, people can just roll him up for a 3 count? Really? 3 out of 5 on that. Next up, we had Kofi Kingston and Team Hell No in the back. They were talking about getting ready for their match. Kane warning Kofi to grow eyes in the back of his head because we know the Shield is there. And then apparently Daniel Bryan is still brooding over the fact that he did not win a Slammy last night on the Slammies. And it got to the point where it kind of looked like Daniel Bryan was about to burn his goat beard off. But anyway, the 6-man tag, it was Team Hell No and Kofi Kingston taking on Primetime Players and Wade Barrett. For the love of God, will someone please tell me why the Primetime Players have yet another different entrance theme? I just, they're changing entrance themes more than... I'm trying to think of someone who's been changing their gimmick a lot, but I can't think of anybody at this point in time. But anyway, it was a very decent match. The finish came with Kane hitting the choke slam on Darren Young. They get the 1-2-3. Very decent match. I was very impressed. It's not very often we get a good 6-man tag match, but we got one tonight. 4 out of 5. CM Punk comes out to cut a promo, gain more heat for himself, and next thing you know, Ryback comes out and makes the announcement that at the very first Raw of 2013, Ryback will be challenging CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And then for the second night in a row, following that, we have a match with Ryback and Antonio Cesaro. And, I really didn't want to see this go through, but apparently WWE thinks, oh, well, United States title looks too strong, let's have Ryback squash the champion. And I want to say about a good 80% of the match was. Now, Cesaro, at some points in the match against Ryback, really did look good and, had that strength to him. And I was really hoping that maybe we'd get a very good, decent match with Cesaro and Ryback. Just like what Cesaro and Sheamus did back at the Cajun Dome. That was a great match. And even what Cesaro and Kingston did on WWE Main Event a couple of weeks ago. But instead, Ryback dominates about 80-85% of the match. And, of course, the finish came the usual combo. Meat hook, clothesline, and the shell shock, and Ryback wins the match. Caitlyn is walking backstage rather, and gets approached by AJ. Caitlyn kind of gives her that a weird look, and AJ is kind of questioning her about it, and she says she's got a title match, and AJ says, "You choosing a title match over your best friend?" Caitlyn comes back and says, "No, I'm choosing a title match over this psycho person." That proceeds for AJ to lose it again and starts attacking Caitlyn, and they have to be separated because the Divas title was up next as Caitlyn was take on Eve Torres. And just like last night on Raw, they're allowing these two to be quite physical. And the finish came with Eve kind of grabbing onto the referee while she was down on the ground and refused to let go. She ends up tripping the referee, and the referee calls for the disqualification, and Caitlyn gets the win. So last night in a non-title match, Caitlyn wins, and tonight Caitlyn wins via disqualification. Lord knows if will we have a match number 3 next week? But you know what? I'm actually give this match a 3.5 out of 5 just because of the fact that they were allowing the Divas, these two Divas, to actually be very, very physical with each other, and not only that, they're hot. And honestly, when AJ and Caitlyn were catfighting backstage, I was actually thinking, oh, please pull off your top, please. Now, earlier in the night, Teddy Long was sticking his neck out for Brad Maddox, you know, for him to get a contract. Teddy Long's very impressed with the social media following that Maddox has. Now, just because someone's got a large social media following doesn't necessarily equate to... Well, you know what? I'm going to keep my comments to myself about that. But now, anyway, Brad Maddox's opponent for his attempt to get a contract was Brodus Clay. Didn't last very long for poor old Mr. Maddox, and he excuse me, and he ends up getting squashed by Brodus. And you know, something I want to note about the Funkadactyls: as soon as the match was over, it almost looked like they were dry humping each other, and that, to me, that's not necessarily a bad thing to look at, since they are both extremely hot. Yep, you heard me right here, guys. I like vanilla and chocolate. Sue me. But anyway, then the Shield come out, and they attack Brodus Clay, and I'm amazed that they were able to actually pick up Brodus and do that triple power bomb. And apparently the only thing Roman Reigns is good for, other than talking like this and as a robot, because somebody forgot to install an emotions chip in my processors, is for him to go, whoa! It's like you had an orgasm in the bathroom or something like that. I'm not sure. Thank God Rollins was there to kind of tell him to, in a way, to shut up, because he sounded absolutely, positively ridiculous. 3 out of 5 on this one, because, you know, as Brad Maddox getting squashed again, it would have gone up to a 4 out of 5 for the Funkadactyls and their nice little version of dancing, but then I drop it down to a 3 out of 5 because, again, it's the predictability factor. Think about this. We had Brad Maddox lose to Randy Orton. What happened then? Randy Orton gets taken out by the Shield. Brad Maddox loses to Brodus Clay tonight. What happens? The Shield take out Brodus Clay. Featured bout on Super Smackdown this week featured Sheamus and John Cena tagging up to take on Dolph Ziggler and Big Show, with AJ Lee, hot, and Big E Langston, scary, at ringside. Content-wise, this matchup was okay. What I immediately disagree with is the ending. The ending was W-R-O-N-G. Wrong. And this is why I say it. It's exactly the same thing that happened last night on Raw. Exactly the same thing. Sheamus and Big Show start fighting, and they're outside, leaving Cena and Ziggler all on their own. Cena survives the zigzag, gets up, and then gives Dolph Ziggler an AA, and he kind of chucks him like it was a sack of potatoes. Then Big E Langston comes into the ring, runs over Cena like he's Mark Henry, and then does that power slam drop maneuver, stands over John Cena, and just like last night, AJ skips around the ring. 2 out of 5. This was terrible. And now to answer the question, was the fact that the show was commercial free help or hurt Super Smackdown? It did not matter. Even if we had, because this show will probably have to be edited for Friday night. Even if this show was edited, I'd still feel the same way. My overall score is a 3 out of 5. Miz TV was very entertaining and decent. Damien Sandow and Sin Cara was okay. I didn't understand the point of having the Shield come out and take out Sin Cara, and storyline-wise take out Rey Mysterio. Santino Marella and Tensai, just like I said on my Facebook page, I call meatballs on. By far, the six-man tag with Team Hell No, Kofi Kingston defeating the Primetime Players and Wade Barrett was the best match of the night. CM Punk, as always, cutting a very decent promo. Then we get the announcement from Ryback that he plans to challenge CM Punk at the very first Raw of 2013. Then Ryback defeating Antonio Cesaro again. We've seen that. We saw it already. Kaitlyn and Eve Torres, I was very impressed with. Again, they're really allowing these two to be physical. So I can't wait to see what they do next. Brad Manoff's getting thumped by Brodus Clay, and then the Shield thumping Brodus Clay. Predictable. Predictable. And then Sheamus and John Cena taking on Dolph Ziggler in the Big Show. Content was okay. The ending, utter crap. So, was there enough good to outweigh all the bad from tonight? No. That's why it's only going to get an average score, 3 out of 5. So what I want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Super Smackdown this week. Be sure to put your comments in your comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/WGS-TV. And don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.